Yeah, fine. Maybe let's get started. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Myself, I'm Sandeep. I have around 15 years of professional experience as well as teaching experience. So basically, I'm into embedded system development. When you say embedded systems, I'm into Linux programming. To exactly tell, like I'm into if you guys know switches and routers, right? So I'm into that. So protocol development and switches and routers, L2, L3, basically. Okay. So this is about me in a nutshell. So before we start, right? So what and all, I just wanted to list out what and all the current technologies and all what we are going to work. So someone said, I like DevOps. What are the current market trends? And someone said cloud. Hmm. What else? What are the technologies available now? You can see the notepad on my screen, right? Okay. Yeah. Yes. AI. And maybe I'll add ML. Hmm.
Yes.
Hmm. Next. What do you think, like what you keep on hearing in your company, or what are the domains we have, what is booming nowadays, what and all application we use? Some more things I'll list out. Okay, like say
Okay.
some application, mobile application development, or any other application developments, web applications. Like this, what else we have? Online gaming. Anything else can you think of?
Yeah, cyber security as well.
Yeah, security. What else? Cyber security, gaming, web applications, and mobile application, AI, ML, and maybe we can list out a kind of IoT, right? So if you take any of these things, right? So these are the kind of nowadays booming in the industry, right? So can list like kind of testing, I mean automation, and robotics. Okay. Yeah, like this, if you take any kind of application development or any kind of technology, right? For all these things, Python is kind of mandatory now. If you list out any of these things, so we can use Python for any kind of application. We can use Python for any kind of application. So that's why we call Python as a general purpose programming language. General purpose programming language, that means we can use Python for any kind of application development. Take it as a web application or gaming industry, cyber security, IoT, automation, robotics. So even automation and robotics we can kind of combine. When we say automation here, automation testing, towards testing, and robotics also. So robotic automation, web applications, and AI, ML, IoT kind of nowadays, it is booming technologies, right? So everywhere we hear about artificial intelligence, machine learning, and Internet of Things, and also all the cloud technologies, and also of course this DevOps. So for all these things, Python is best suitable programming language, best suitable programming language. And one more question, what do you think, Python is a new programming language or old programming language? Python is actually a old programming language. It is not something new, basically. So it was almost available 5 years before Java, almost available 10 years before .NET. Only before Python we have C, C++, assembly, those kind of languages only we have. But when Python was invented, Python is not that much popular. Python is not that much popular. Nowadays only it is becoming popular. So we will be able to understand in almost like first 1 week to 10 sessions, right? We are going to understand why it is becoming so popular, even though it is old programming language at the time. Say if you take some 5 years back and all, right, it is not that much popular. Why it is becoming so popular nowadays only, even though it is one of the oldest programming language? So those things we'll be able to understand by 10 sessions. Okay. So what we are going to learn, you can see PPT on my screen, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So what we are going to learn is Python version 3. That means before Python version 3 we have Python version 1 and Python version 2. Python version 1 no one is using. Python version 2 some companies are using, and definitely they need to migrate to Python 3 today or tomorrow. So that's why while we are discussing the modules, right? So sometimes I'll be talking about what is the difference between Python 2 and Python 3. And coming onward, coming days, right? So everyone has to definitely move to Python version 3. No, because there is no support for Python version 2 officially from Python, right? All are migrating now. Python 2 to Python 3. So that's where we are going to discuss only about Python 3. As and when required, I'll be talking about the difference between Python 2 and Python 3. Okay, so this is the guy who invented Python. His name is Guido von Rossum. It was developed actually in 1989 itself, 1989 itself, but officially available to the public in the year of 1991. So in the year of 1991, the first version of Python is out basically, but it was not that much popular when it was invented. Okay, and any idea why name Python? So if you take any other programming languages like C or C++, okay, and Java, .NET, all those things, right? So if you take Java, any idea like have you ever seen Java symbol? How Java logo looks like a coffee mug. So why the name Java? Because the inventor, one of the inventor of Java, right? So he liked a coffee flavor, something called Java. That's how this Java programming language name came basically, right? And how this C++ came. So before C, we have something called A and B programming languages also there. So that's how C came. And C++ how it came? It is just an extension to C programming language. How this name Python came, right? So it is not no name and what it is doing. Python is kind of a family, snake family, right? So and our what we are doing here is it's a programming language basically. So why the name Python? Because the guy who invented Python, Guido van Rossum, in late 80s and early 90s, there was a TV show called Complete Monty Python in BBC, I think. Okay, so there he used to follow that TV show. Simply he gave this name from there only. Other than that, there is no technical relation between this name, what it is doing, and all. Okay, simply he gave the name from that TV show. And who is using Python? So this is just I copy pasted from Google. Everyone is using Python nowadays. So take Netflix, Facebook. Some portion of the Facebook was developed in Python, and most of the Instagram was developed in Python, YouTube, and maybe this comments and all. So this comment section, those things are developed in Python. Not everything developed in Python for YouTube, right? And NASA also biggest user of Python and also biggest contributor to Python. Google uses, IBM uses, like this. You take any major company, right? Not just major actually, basically nowadays any software company has to use Python. So this slide I just copy pasted from Google, okay, just to give an idea who is using Python, right? And basically it is getting used everywhere. And where and all we are going to use Python? So just now we listed those things, right? So desktop application means, any idea what is a desktop application? Anyone? Correct, correct. Notepad, calculator, and
Microsoft Edge. Yeah.
yeah, this PPT, all these we can call it as desktop applications. So in another words, what we can say is once you install the application, it can start running. It does not need any kind of dependency. It no need internet, or it does not need any kind of dependency. So once install, we can start using it without any dependency. Just like as you said, calculator or notepad or this PPT, right? MS Word, all those things we call it as desktop applications. Python is best suitable programming language to develop any desktop applications. Okay, and web applications. So web applications means we know, right? Websites and all. So nowadays web applications are kind of uh, everywhere we use web application. Nowadays even individuals also wanted to have their own websites. Just say if you take some 5 years or 10 years before, right? Only companies used to have their websites, but nowadays any marketing or you take anything, right? So everyone wanted to have their kind of own web application. Even if you take small tiffin center, something like that also, they wanted to have their own web application. And Python is best suitable language for developing web applications also. And games means this online games. If you take PUBG, or there are so many online games are there, right? So to developing games also, Python is best suitable programming language. Nowadays gaming also one of the biggest industry, right? And network applications. So network applications means, can you give any example? What is a network application? When I say network applications, yeah, this Facebooks, Instagram, YouTube, all these things we call it as network applications. Means where we have something like client and server based models. If you take Google, whatever you are using on your browser is something client. You take YouTube, whatever you are using on your mobile phone or your desktop or laptop, right? So it's a YouTube client. The moment whatever you search, right, it is going to fetch from the servers and it is going to give the results, right? So these kind of network applications, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all these things, right? So to develop any kind of network applications means client server based applications, right? Python is best suitable programming language for developing such kind of network applications also. And if you take this data analysis, data science, machine learning, AI, IoT, these things I'll discuss later, and these are comes under same umbrella basically. So for all these things also, I think most of you people already know about what is machine learning, what is artificial intelligence, what is IoT, right? So no need to discuss much about this, but in one of the session we are going to discuss about what is the difference between data analysis, what is the difference between data science and machine learning and artificial intelligence, and what is IoT. These things we are going to talk in one of the sessions, okay? And but for these things also, Python is best suitable programming language. So generally A and ML, either we use Python programming or we use R programming language. But when compared to R and Python, right, so Python is widely used compared to R programming language. And the last one is automation. When I say automation, it is either automation testing, right, and also kind of into robotics, right? So in, if you see all these things, right, so all these applications, all these things are not available maybe before some 5 years or 10 years before, are not that much widely popular, right? Because at that time internet is not that much popular. We do not have a strong powerful processors, we do not have powerful machines and all, right? So even though Python is old programming language, right, Python is best suitable for all these applications. All these applications are becoming famous, are becoming or we widely use these kind of applications nowadays only. This is the reason Python is one of the reason Python is becoming more popular nowadays, because of all these things. Because of all these things, for all these things, Python is best suitable programming language. Okay. Actually, this is not something like a demo or something. It is this will be kind of my first class only.
Okay,
Yeah.
sir.
Maybe, yeah. Let me show the content. So as I said, it will be somewhere around 2.5 months to 3 months. The course duration will be every day. It will be 1 hour session, 1 or 1.5 hour
Okay.
session based on the topic. Based on the topic, and Saturday Sunday will not be having any kind of sessions. And in between also we may get breaks. I- Yeah, if we get breaks also, we are going to cover in any one other session. Okay, if you guys are interested, I'm ready to take in weekends also. Okay, yeah, this is the course content. First is core Python. This course is differentiated like core and advanced Python. So core means in core Python, what and all things we are going to talk is, so the basic history of Python, and what are the features of Python. Yeah, how to install Python, and install Python with different IDEs. So, and how to write your first program, and these things, kind of very basic things we are going to cover. And here in my session, we are not going to use any kind of IDEs which are, so for Python we have plenty of IDLEs are there. IDE means where we write our program and where we run our program. Okay, so there are very much intelligent IDEs are there. For learning purpose, we are not going to use those things. Try to practice on the notepad itself. How to write on the notepad, all those things I'm going to tell you. But we are not going to use any high level IDEs, because those things, what will happen is, it will, the moment you start typing, it will keep on giving suggestions and all. So that is not the way to learn. So if you just use notepad, right, so this notepad, right, so if you start writing your program here, right, so it does not have any kind of intelligence to identify your keywords, and it will not give any kind of suggestions and all, right? So that's where you do more mistakes. So that's how we learn more. Okay, so we are not going to use any advanced IDs and all. Okay, we use notepad to practice our sessions. So at least for core Python you can use this. Later that is up to you. If you want to use any advanced IDs, that is up to you. Okay, And like again different modes in Python, this is also kind of very basic and introduction, right? And later we are going to talk about Python variables. So what is a variable, what are constants, and what are the standard data types and advanced data types. Means we have basic data types, fundamental data types, and also complex data types. All those things we are going to talk in detail. Operations and operands. Yeah, these are kind of very basic. I'll not go in detail about each and everything, right? After that, if else conditions, if else, elif, else, those conditional statements. And later we are going to start about loops. So in loops we are going to cover for loop and while loop, and break, continue statements, and enumerate functions. After that we are going to start list. So list will be around 1 week of sessions will be there on Python list. So tuple will be somewhere around 2 days. Set will be maybe yeah, tuple will be 1 day or 2 days. So set will be around 3 days. Dictionary will be again somewhere around 1 week of sessions. It 1 week it will take. And functions, so functions also it is going to take around maybe 1 week or maybe more, 1 or 2 days more, right? And after that we are going to talk about try, except, basically exceptional handling. And some things here we have not listed, which are like tuple. We have something called named tuple, and in set we have something called frozen set, and also we have something called generators, decorators. So those things also we are going to cover here. And we have in functions also we have something like, yeah, map, filter, reduce. These I've added here. Yeah, okay. And after that we are going to talk about object oriented programming. So in Python, object oriented programming is kind of very very easy. Even if you know any other programming language, right? So if you take C++ or Java, so most of the people are kind of not comfortable with object oriented programming. We feel like very confusing, but in Python it is very very simple and easy. Object oriented programming, right? So object oriented programming also it will be kind almost like it will take around 20 sessions plus. And advanced Python, so core Python is something like less, more theory and more practice. Advanced Python, like object oriented programming, is like less theory and more practice. For each and everything we are going to, I'm going to show the programs. And also, as I said, I'll be giving exercises. And end of this we are going to do some project also. So project is something like once we complete our core Python, right? That's where we are going to start one of the project. The same project, whatever we implemented in core Python, we are going to extend in object oriented programming by applying object oriented concepts. Okay. And the last one here I listed like regular expressions. Uh, this we'll see based on our time. And and this regular expression is not that much important. That doesn't mean that we do not use, we use it. But this is not something technically related to Python. This is something very generic and regular thing actually. So this we are going to talk, but may not be spending more and more time here. It is anyone can learn basically. It does not need any kind of training. So we'll see based on the time we are going to talk about these things. And few other things which are not listed here is connecting to the database. So we'll be taking some SQL or any other database, and how we can interact with the database, how Python is used to interact with the database. And also one more thing is not listed is here is Python files, file handling. Okay. So those things are not listed here. All those things we are going to discuss in detail. Okay, this is basically about Python syllabus. You can talk to admin, they are going to share the syllabus. Okay. And yeah, as this is very first session and demo session, yeah, from my side that's all.